Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today I need to move my diesel heater. Right, as you've seen in a previous video, my diesel heater is in between the pillar drill and my press, so it's on the wall here. Right, it's on the wall here, and I don't like it there. I'm not happy with it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put two holes in the wall above your 3D printers. I bought a white piece kit. So what I'm going to do is, because behind that wall I've got another shed, that's where my compressor is, drift strike, and that's where I just basically store bits and bobs. So I can put the diesel heater in there. I bought a new power supply to save using a battery charger and a battery in there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to drill two holes in the wall to feed the pipe through. Once the pipe's in there, so what I'll probably do first is we'll drill these two holes so they're in, and then when we're in the middle shed we can work out where we can mount the tank and the actual heater. I do need a longer exhaust, but at the minute it'll be fine in there, probably for a week or a couple of days, depending where I can get a new exhaust from. I probably need another meter length, half a meter length, something like that. So yeah, that's today's little video. So I get a cover over these printers, and then we'll get these two holes drilled, and then we'll move into the back shed then, or the middle shed, move into there, and we'll get mounting up all the tank and heater. So yeah, happy days. Right, I've covered over my 3D printers. I was going to move them, but it was easier just to cover them over. I've drawn two lines on the wall, so the holes will be level. So when the vents come on the wall, they'll be both level. So that's sound. What I'll do now is the centre of the panel, I'll just drill in both centres. So I'll get them drilled and then I'll cut back in. Right, done my two holes. Happy with how they turned out. So yeah, what I'll do now is I've got the pipe. Obviously the pipe goes in, so that's going to be happy days. So what I'll do is, I've got the vents, so they'll be coming through the wall. So we'll get them put on, Jubilee clipped up. We'll pop these through the hole, and then what I'll do then is we'll take the heater out of here and the diesel tank, and then we'll move around into that shed then, because I'm going to need to put a couple of boards on the inside of the shed so we can put the heater on and the diesel tank. But yeah, sound happy with them. So we'll get these in. Jubilee clips, obviously the Jubilee clip's going to butt to the wall, So yeah, sound. Right, I put the two vents in, and yeah, I quite like it. I think they'll be sound then. So what I'll do now is I was gonna take the heater and the diesel tank off the wall in the garage, but what I'm gonna do is I'll go next door. We'll put a couple of plates on the wall, bits of wood on the wall that we can actually screw the tank and the heater to. So yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'll probably get them mounted and then cut back in. Right, I've done what I need to do in the middle shed now on the wall, and ready to mount all this. So what I'll do is probably just chuck in a bit of time lapse while we get all this undone, and then we'll move into the back shed then. Right, that's all off ready. Bit of a pain trying to get the exhaust out, but sound. So we'll get the bracket off the wall, and then we'll move into the middle shed. Right, it is quite dark in here, so I'm just gonna try and do what I can. So I've put these two boards here, and I've got another board just below, which I'll move you around in a minute. These two boards, I'm going to put the fuel tank on, so we'll get that mounted, and then I've got to mount the actual heater, so we'll get that mounted, and then I've got the hoses which we need to stretch and bend, put a Y piece in, and then that's already, I've already drilled a hole for the cables, so we'll get the cables poked through. And then what I'll do is I'll temporarily put the power supply on. I'll just rig it up temporarily, and then we'll get it all working, and then yeah, should be all sorted then. So I'll just get my stuff ready, and I'll get the diesel tank put on. Right, it's got diesel tank on. Bit of a struggle on my own, so I never recorded none of it. So now, the original bracket that was on the diesel heater, we need to mount that up on the wall. I'll see if I can get you around, because it's a bit of a tight squeeze in here. So I'll move you around to see if we can get you in to where that is. Right, I've got the bracket in. So what we can do now is so got the heater there, and we need to get the exhaust on. All I'm going to do at the moment is just have the exhaust dangling down until I can get a longer pipe so we can reach to outside. This can be screwed down, and then we can start getting the pipes in ready to go into the garage. I've done the cables, so I just need to poke them through the wall and then get them set up on the other side. So I'll probably get someone to give us a hand doing that, probably get Tom to give us a hand just pulling the cables through. So yeah, I'll get this screwed up, get the pipe work sorted out, and then I'll cut back in. Right, got the pipes on, so that's all done. Exhaust, I've just got it hanging down at the moment until the other one comes. Not sure when that'll be. Not the best light, but there is the pump. All the wires are through the wall there, and then the diesel tank. So yeah, happy days. So what I'll do now is I'll go in the garage, we'll rig up the electrics, and we'll just put them on temporarily now, just so we can get it to run. And yeah, happy days. I think it'll be a lot better and quieter than here. So yeah, we'll go in the garage, sort out the electrics, and then we'll give it a test. Right, I've pulled the wires through into the garage. I've wired it up to the power pack. So this is the power pack that I've got. I'll put a link in the description for the power pack from Amazon, so I'll put a link in for that. So I've wired it up, and I've only temporarily wired it up because at the moment I don't have a TV on my wall because my TV's broke. So I'm waiting for a new TV. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this and I'm going to mount it on that piece of wood, so it's hid out the way. So yeah, just need to have a bit of a clean up here. I'll get it mounted on there, and then when my TV's up back on there, it'll be hid behind the TV. But what I want to do is the power cable, this one, I'll feed it up, and then I'll probably cable tie it to my airline, and then what I'll do is come down and then it can be plugged into there. So that's my plan. But at the minute I just wanted to put it in temporarily, just because it's getting a bit cold in here now. So what I want to do now is, I've not tested it yet, so I'm going to switch it on. Right, happy days. That's on. So what I'll do is, got the little remote, so we'll give it a try. Right, it's making a bit of a noise, so I think the fan's catching. So it's actually quite a bit of air that comes out of that. That's happy days, that. I'm made up with that. Right, so what I'll do is, it's probably going to take a couple of goes for it to work, because the diesel's not in the pipe. Right, so we go now, 4 minutes, all working. Starting to get a bit of heat out of them now. It's not fully kicked in properly yet. But as you can see, the glow plug's gone out. The pump's working fine. That's working fine. It's nice and quiet. And say that'll be on the wall there, out the way, and then I can just switch it on and off there, which is sound. But it's definitely a lot quieter than what it was when it was in here. So yeah, it's well sound now. took the garage down, and I say it's out of the way. I'm not losing any space like on the wall. I've got them 2 holes. I've got that hole to fill up, so I get that filled, and then we're happy days then. So what I'll do, we'll go round to where the pump is, and we'll go and check that out. Right, it's very dark in here, so I'll just do a quick video, a quick clip. So that's it, all working, all sound, made up with this. So yeah, happy days. Right, so happy days, I'm made up with that. There's actually a nice heat coming through now, whereas before it was basically in the middle of the garage. So one half the garage would get warm, and then the other half the garage would still be a bit cold. But now with them there, it's blowing all the way through. So I made up with that. Saved myself a bit of space by not having it on the wall there. So all I need to do now is get the ST engine in the car, and then I can move my pillar drill, and then I've got enough room there then to hopefully get the tractor lawnmower back in and start getting on with that. So yeah, one day I'll have my garage how I want it, and I won't have to constantly move stuff around and look for space and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, I made up with just fitting them there. I can actually feel a difference straight away in it. So it's cold in here now because I've got the door open, purely because I've been going in and out round the back into the other shed. So yeah, happy days, I'm made up. So if you like this little video, like, subscribe, share, drop some thoughts and comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.